Hi, I'm Kath.
And I'm Stuart.
And this is Nala.
And we are Van Navigation.
You'll normally find us living in the mountains of South Wales in our self-converted Mercedes Sprinter.
But we've just embarked on an epic road trip from the UK through Belgium, France, Spain and onwards to Morocco. Subscribe and follow along on this massive journey. Good morning and welcome to the latest video in our Morocco series. We've woken up this morning just outside the village of Catalonia in the Catalonia region of Spain on a sunny but blowy and windy day.
Last week we left you at the bottom of a dead-end road by a beautiful reservoir. Getting in was fun, getting out was harder. Let's see how we got on. Having reached the end of the road and realised that there's no phone signal there, we've decided to come a little bit further back up the track because I saw a little side road. I haven't got the bottle to take the van down there, so we're going to walk it. Nala needs a walk anyway, and well, we'll see what happens. Wish us luck.
Everyone comes to Spain and hugs the coast, but they're missing all this when they do. And what's more, we haven't seen a soul for hours. Just us. Feels like we have the whole of Catalonia to ourselves.
Only a couple of 100 metres into the track and we made the right choice. As much as a lot of the road looks passable, there are one or two spots where it's really wet clay. It's sinking under our feet. By the time we put a 3.5 tonne camper van on it, it's not worth the risk, particularly with no phone signal out here. Some days you have to do it on foot. And when we arrived at the reservoir, the only evidence of life was thousands of footprints from wild hogs. And then it was back to the van for Kath to take her turn behind the wheel. This then allowed me to put the drone up, something I've been looking forward to since we first set eyes on this road. And it was all going so well until...
He's only just gone and flown the drone into the gorge, hasn't he? Did you get it? Yeah. Well done.
After tethering myself to the van, I managed to clamber down and pluck it out a tree.
All in one piece? Yeah. Little bit of a whoopsie there, darling.
What did I say? I've seen too many YouTube videos of people fly these into power lines, and what did I do? Into my power line. And after all that excitement, we headed back up the road to a park up we'd seen earlier in the day.
As you can see, we found this lovely spot last night. We're tucked into the corner, but it's a big car park, so there's plenty of room here. All our locations will be appearing on vannavigation.com, and today's location will be under the 7th of January.
First stop today, Covagran de Catalonia, which we're led to believe is just a big cave.
Can't resist a big hole. We're almost at the cave now. We have just passed a little car park with a few vehicles in, if walking isn't your thing. There is somewhere to park a lot closer. Yes, nearly there. Oh, look at this above us. I can't get it all in the shot, it's so high.
We must nearly be there. I can hear voices echoing.
Here we are, just by the entrance. There's some climbers up above us. I think that's the noise we could hear. And a little information board. The whole place is just a mass of carabiners. You can hang your Christmas decorations up on those. Rather him than me, gotta be honest. Worth a nice walk down here, but it wasn't the cave we were expecting. exciting. In the photos it looks a lot deeper than it is. There are a lot of rock climbers here and a lot of loose dogs as well, so we've had a little look and turned back, and we're going to head and climb up into town, I think, and see if we can find something to eat. If you're looking for views, Catalonia has them. So it's just a kilometre from the cave back up to the town. Well, it's quite a steep walk, so mind your own business about my flushed cheeks and my out of breath. Thank you very much. We've come into the village now, and we've walked up and up to this beautiful church behind us, which I'll give you a proper view of now. How lovely.
So the cave was a little bit of a disappointment. A 50,000-year-old climbing frame. So, one thing you can say for Catalonia, the views do not disappoint. Beautiful.
I think clearly they don't get many tourists in this area. Everybody comes out to look at us.
Or we're just beautiful.
Yeah, one or the other. It's the pink hair that does it, I think. We've walked right around town, and the only thing that appears to be open is a bar. As tempting as it is to skip lunch and just have a good old Spanish beer instead, I think we're going to head back to the van and cook. We've come to a little sculpture studio, and it's not open, unfortunately, but let's take a look at this.
From down in the town, we saw what looked like a person stood on top of the hill. It's really weird. Now we've got close, I'm going to attempt to go up there. Anyone have any idea what this is? Let us know in the comments. It's freaky. I think someone's been rolling in the dirt. Stripy dog. Play with my ball, Dad.
Morning. It's a Monday morning kind of feeling. I'm just catching up on a little bit of work. It's a lovely sunny day out there, but it dropped to -4 overnight, so it was pretty chilly. You can probably hear the pump running out the back. We ran out of water, so Stu just went to sort that out, and the 12-volt pump wasn't working, so he's been out there muttering and swearing to himself with some screwdrivers, sorting that out. I can hear it running now, so I think that's a good sign. Let's have a peek out the back door and see how he's doing, shall we? Did you get it fixed?
Yes, fixed. That's why we brought tools.
Well done, darling. This park-up's been absolutely delightful and served us well for the last few days. We'll be moving on tomorrow. We're just going to have our last day here today. I'm going to have a little clamber up there. We're not going too far today. I'm just out for a little walk now. Just the area around where we've parked up, really. There's a little derelict building over the way here, so just go and have a little nose at that and then clamber up the hill a little bit, I think.
Whilst the building turned out to be just an old farm building, we did spot a track that we hadn't seen before.
Well, we've got no idea what this sign says, but it doesn't say danger of death, so we're going to give it a go.
Water. It's icy. It's covered in a layer of ice.
It was -4 last night.
Yeah. For those people who think we're out enjoying the Spanish sunshine, it's nice during the day, but it's freezing in the night.
I was right, it's a dead end.
Oh, that's it then. Oh, maybe we can clamber up there. I'm going to have a look. I want to film. Handhold steps.
Oh.
It's not a dead end. But I don't know if we can get the dog up here. Yeah, not a dead end.
Dog's up.
Yep. Go for it, baby.
I can't believe she just jumped up that.
So that was not a dead end. We continue. I think we are about to come to a dead end there.
I don't tell her very often, but I was wrong. Oh, it's ice.
Oh, it's that stuff, isn't it?
This is ice. Look.
Not that weird ice fungi.
No, it's just ice. Look at it.
But in fact, Mushroom Girl was right. Hair ice is a rare phenomenon that causes thin strands of ice to form in certain conditions, but only where a specific fungi is present in the dead wood. He's found another cave. He reckons we can get up here. Let's have a go then.
The dog will pull me up. Go on. Up, up.
Go on then.
Ready?
You go first. Dog in a cave. Hello, Luli. Most relationships have one adventurous person and one person who's the voice of reason. We are doomed.
Stay crouched, go on your arse. Use your arse. Stage 1 complete. Stage 2. Oh, now she nearly went. As I was saying, stage 2. Get this one. Go get it. Go on.
Nala has no trouble getting down there.
Yeah, she makes it look easy.
The trouble is you go on your ass and the spikes get you.
I'd rather get spiked than slip all the way.
Oh, I can't find a bit to get my foot wedged. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, worst slide ever. I'm picking the theme park next time. Oh, I'm sorry, family viewing, but we keep ending up in these places. Oh.
Well, that's where we came from.
Oh.
Assumed we couldn't get a little further up, but as you've just seen, it's a bit slippery underfoot. Not worth the risk. Will I be right this time? It's coming to an end.
I go ahead and have a look. Handholds, here they are.
Oh God, I'm wrong again.
I don't know if Nala can get up here though.
Having enough, shall we? Straight up there.
Down. I'm afraid I chickened out on that last bit. It was a bit of a stretch. I might have got up there, but I wouldn't have fancied lowering myself back down. I think the dog would have struggled. Stu went up for a look though, so let's see him clambering back down with his long legs. If I die doing something stupid.
Don't sing that, my mother watches this.
Take the film and YouTube it.
see another day.
If you came a little more prepared, this would be a full day out here. It seems to go on for miles and miles looking at the map. Little challenging bits, but no, it has not been an easy walk, a very challenging one.
And I would suggest helmets and ropes, and a dog that doesn't bark.
And with everything intact, we turn and head back to the van. We later discovered that the route was in fact a circular, about 11.5 kilometres.
And that's it, we're almost back at the van. We were only going that way to look at the derelict building, but that's how most of our adventures start.
This is true. Yeah, that was really, really good fun. I'll put a link to the start of that gorge in the blog at vannavigation.com. So if anybody comes to this area and wants to give it a go, because it certainly wasn't very well signposted, we found it by accident. We said we'd clamber up the hill. Just see the van down there now. Bit out of breath. Whew. Views are gorgeous though. Uh-oh, he's found another cave. Can he get up there?
Not really got the right footwear, but...
He's going to have a go anyway. What's he doing, Newly?
I'll have to lose a few pounds before I went in there. Bit tight. Here we go, more views of Catars.
Oh, views. And we're both up here. What a view. What goes up must come down.
It's always easier coming up. Oh, there's a few loose ones. How do we get up here? Way to get your heart beating. It's good fun. Well, we were just getting ready to take a selfie, and as we looked up, 2 vultures flew over. I hope they don't know something we don't. Well, we made it down. No dinner for the vultures. But what an end to our little stop off in Catalonia. It's been absolutely amazing. We highly recommend it.
Good morning, and we've just hit the road again. And I'd just like to ask, what is this wet stuff falling from the sky in Spain? We're off to a new location today, and we'll show you when we get there. But this location is not really suited to wet and rainy weather.
And here we are at Bardenas Reales National Park. It's something we've had on our trip planner since day one. We were a bit worried because it's quite a long way from the vets, but so far we are not disappointed. I'm sure in a couple of days when the sun comes out, it's all going to look so much better. What a place.
The landscapes here are so unusual. You've got the erosion and then the different colours of all the different sedimentary rocks on display. It's not very sunny today, but it would certainly look lovely here in the sunshine. We're going to be here for a few days, I think, though, exploring the whole area, so I hope we get to see it in its best light.
I'm already excited just for the amount of bird life. We've seen a lot of lapwings and at least a dozen vultures. We thought we were lucky seeing 2 the other day, but to see half a dozen in one go, and then the odd few here and there, it's just mind-blowing.
And I'm fairly sure that I saw a white-shouldered eagle on the way in as well, swooping down over a field.
Although the road is predominantly flat, as you can hear, it's anything but smooth, and we've got about 15 kilometres of this before we make our first stop at the heart of the park. And as the landscape takes on a distinctly more desert feel, we soon realise we are not alone. And as soon as we pull away, leaving Mr. Fox to his lunch, we're treated to a pair of US Air Force F-16 fighter jets live firing over the range next to us.
Wow.
Yeah, as you can see, not exactly desert weather, but we're going to brave it.
The big British coats come back out of the boot. We're going to brave it anyway, because how often do you get to see landscapes like this? It's fantastic. It's very muddy and the ground is like clay, so now that it's wet, it's not very pleasant. My feet are getting heavier with every step.
Go on, lift your feet up.
I can't, it's too heavy. I mean, what a landscape. It's a real shame the sun isn't out, because I think it would just glow.
The sun's trying to come out.
It's trying, yeah. There's an even taller one here just in front of us. It's got steps all the way up one side, so I think we're going to give that a go now.
The sun is trying to come out. I'm glad we've got a couple of days in the area so we can come back when the sun is out. It's hard graft walking on all this clay. We've just added about 1 kilo to each foot.
I'm sure it's going to be worth it for the views, but wow, it's a lot of steps. And they kind of eroded away, so ooh, they're a bit wonky. I think there's a whole section missing up ahead. Let's have a look.
That's a whole section of the stairway gone, and this clay is far too slippery. We'd end up on our arse down the bottom, so we're going to call it now and come back when the sun's shining proper in a couple of days.
One thing we have noticed about driving through the Bardenas is that there aren't many pull-ins, so there are not many places to pull over and stop. We've driven quite a few kilometres and we just found this spot now, which is a little pull-in on the side of the road. But you don't get the sense that you'd really be welcome overnight here. There's a proper air on the other side of the park, so we're going to meander on anyway and see what we find. We've already seen the wardens for this area, and there's a lot of reviews on the internet that says that you get moved on. Being January, we thought we might get lucky, but I'm not sure really. There are, of course, the firing F-16 bombers to think about, who appear to be live firing from the air in this area. No one wants to be shot when they're in bed at night, do they? And we all know what the Americans are like for a bit of friendly fire.
And this is what everybody comes to see. Although I'm sure it looks much nicer on a sunnier day. Perhaps we'll come back in a couple of days, see if we can get a sunset or a sunrise shot. Probably sunset. We don't usually get up before sunrise.
Good morning. We've just woken up at this lovely park up in Arguidas, I think the place is called, and we're going to have a little look around the cave houses today. They look really pretty last night, all lit up in the night time. They've got lights in them, and yeah, they look gorgeous. We were expecting very rudimentary cave houses, but actually they're really sophisticated inside. I'm so impressed. Stunning. Can't quite see our van from here, but the camper park is just beneath us here. Really ideally located for coming and exploring here. And all these pretty colours where clearly people have picked out paints and decorated their homes. Lovely pattern tiles and Oh, look at this. Wow. Oh, look at those tiles. Oh. Wow. And a pink room. And the final blue room.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
This is obviously the penthouse. It's the highest on this level and it's massive.
Yeah, I mean, that's at least 2 adjoining bedrooms there, isn't it, I think?
Yep, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Just the changing colours as you walk through, it's also
Yeah,
bright.
that's so beautiful.
You'd think it'd be dark and dingy, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I was expecting them to be very rudimentary. It's the cooker, isn't it, been taken out of the slot? Certainly a lot more fancy than I was expecting. I wouldn't mind living in one of these myself, although they're all looking a little bit crumbly now. Right, well, it's time for the hike then. Apparently there's a nearly 7-kilometre hike that goes up on the hill behind these houses and round again, so we're going to take that now.
Nearly a few kilometres into the walk, I spotted a large bird up on an adjacent cliff. We soon realised it wasn't one, but 2 vultures.
Look at the size of that. On the corner.
Oh my God!
That's a vulture.
Get the dog.
Really? Come here. Oh, I wish I had a proper camera. That's a vulture with its head.
Look at the size of that.
It's tall.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I wish I had a proper camera.
Must be something usable now.
Here you go.
As we continued on, we both couldn't help but think that they were eyeing up Nala as a potential for lunch. Despite the feeling that we were in the middle of nowhere, the trail was easy to follow with yellow posts and signposts at regular intervals.
Yeah, I've calmed down now.
As we approached the last kilometre or so, we were treated to some epic views, including the path that we first started on.
And that's the end of that little trail.
Now for my favourite time of the day, lunchtime.
Gonna walk round the town now, find some shops, take a look at this big old church that's been in sight for most of the walk, and see if we can find some food. And that's us full circle as we come back to the van. Cave houses behind us again. Most of town was closed for siesta time. Most of the shops reopen again at around 5:30. So I think we're going to go and have a bit of a lunch now and a bit of a rest for an hour. And then we'll pop into town later to get some fresh produce and things. All good news, the vet's emailed. Hello, we have received Nala's rabies result. You need to wait a couple of weeks to get the physical papers needed to travel, but you can be relaxed as the test was okay to travel. We have rabies serology for Nala. We're good to go to Morocco. Just have to wait for the actual certificate now. Brilliant news.
We're up early for a sunrise. I said we didn't do sunrises, but it was very, very clear last night. It's very, very cold this morning, so it's got to be worth the bash, eh?
Well, I'm a bit dark, but We promised you a sunrise in the desert. We set the alarm this morning. We're back to Bardenas Realis, and as you can see in the background, the sun is just lighting up the earth. Hasn't quite made an appearance yet, but here we are. It is so beautiful out here. It's freezing, -3, but yeah, there's a sunrise on the horizon. Still stars in the sky. Loving it.
Oh, well, we did it. We were up for sunrise. It is beeping cold. I can't feel my hands anymore, but so worth it.
It's just beautiful, sun rising and all the colours appearing on the mounds and all the formations. Just, oh wow, definitely worth it. Yeah, definitely worth the early start, wow. The warmth of the sun finally making an appearance and thawing us all out. It's so frosty up here. Totally worth it though. We're on the top now of the peak that we tried to climb the other day, but it was just too slippery where the stairs had fallen away. Well, we made it up here. Great vantage point for the rest of the park. Definitely worth the climb, although the stairs have collapsed in so many places. You want to be sure-footed really. It's just spectacular beyond words. Nothing to say really. You're just going to have to look at the views. Worth a 7 o'clock alarm. Can you hear that? That's the fighter jets coming over. They're dropping fake bombs over there today. Get the noise of them flying over, and then a few seconds later a bang and a big plume of smoke comes up from the other side of the desert. So it means you have to be careful where to fly your drones here. Look at that day. Nice. Promise the weather's warming up as well in the next couple of days, so it's supposed to be into the mid-teens by next week, and now that we've got Nala's titration, we know that we'll be heading south very soon. We're just going to wait for the certificate just so that we have that officially for PIF at the border. And that's it. We're going to call this video to a close. What an exciting week it's been. We're still really early in our YouTube journey, so if you see this video and you like it, literally like it, and subscribe to our channel as well. We're on our way to Morocco now, eventually, now that we've got the dog's titration, so plenty more adventures to come. We hope you've enjoyed this video.
Give us a thumbs up.
See you next week.